Hello, everyone. Hello, my butterflies. Thank you for checking back in. I had received a requested reading. Many of you know I had did a reading on the missing um, mother to Nicola Bully. This is Nicola and her partner. I'm getting different messages. I'm getting, her partner, her husband, um, her boyfriend. He's either her husband or he's not. But anyway, this is her partner, Paul. And Maxine Carter, shout out to Maxine Carter, left me a message. Is it possible to do a reading on her husband? He was smiling during his interview and didn't look very devastated. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if I showed it to you or not. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry. All righty. Um, I did do a part one. Let me just say that. Well, I'm calling it a part one. And thank you all for taking the time to watch this one right here. A lot did come out in this reading. Let me just say that. So feel free to go back and check out the part one that I did on the disappearance of Nicola. Now, before I get started, family, a lot came out of that reading. Let me just say that. And there were also things that I left out because I like to do my own private reading. But anyway, it's interesting. I just happened to, go on YouTube and, there's a lot of news footage about, you know, um, Nicola disappearance. And I came across this right here and I just want to share it. And, this professional, is speaking about, from his perspective, you know, um, what should be done concerning, a lot of people are saying there's rumors that she could be in the water, but how can she be in the water if she's a strong swimmer? But anyway, I just want many of you to check this out real quick. It's not that long, but it's very interesting what came out of his mouth. And when you compare it to my reading, how, what he's saying could be another possibility as far as what could have happened to her, that came out in my reading. So check this out right here. Yeah, heading. This is what a lot of people are starting to believe. Nicola Bully disappearance. She is not in that river. Claim forensic. Very interesting. As well, they said that Nicola was a strong swimmer. It's a possibility, isn't there, that could reveal some information. Probably, it's not my field, so I won't comment on that. But there's a lot of information stored on digital tapes. But at the end of the day, Nicola was last seen at the top field by the witness. There's nothing to say she couldn't have been kidnapped and dragged and put in a car and taken away, and someone could have put a mobile phone by the river as a decoy, or Nicola wanted to disappear herself. It just doesn't rewrite the amount of certain. Now, did you hear that? Many of you check out the first reading that I did on Nicola Bully. A lot of what came out of that reading is what he's saying. Even I said that it looks like the phone was staged and smoke screen to distract, to throw off. As well as he mentioned something about she could have been picked up, taken against her will, and put in place in a car vehicle. Now, I would think that maybe he could have seen my reading, but I digress. It's just interesting how he's coming up with the same theory that came out in my reading. Let's go back. Put in a car and taken away, and at the end of the
Nicola was last seen in the top field by the witness. There's nothing to say she couldn't have been kidnapped and dragged and put in a car and taken away, and someone could have put a mobile phone by the river as a decoy, or Nicola wanted to disappear herself. It just doesn't ring right, the amount of searches that's gone on in this river. But the authorities are adamant, saying that they feel she's in the water. Wouldn't her body resurface by now? Wouldn't it be floating? Just saying. The body, if there was a body in there, is no way going to go all the way down to the sea. Not with us that current. I mean, we fish people out all the time of rivers, and they just don't move that far unless the river's in flood. And this river is clearly not in flood. It's not moving fast enough, and it would drift very slightly if a body did. And normally, at this time of year, a body will normally resurface between 6 and 8 days as the body decomposes. It bloats, and the body comes to the surface. It's normally found by dog walkers if they're not found, and that's what I'm surprised about. And it's just they're doing a great job of searching, and that's the police divers. But I'm just wondering why. I mean, we've offered our equipment up there and our expertise if required to the family. And if they want it, we can search this river in a day and say Nicola's there or she's not. It's as simple as that. Interesting. And I'm starting to feel like the authorities are turning a blind eye for whatever reason. I feel like this case is really blowing up, and they was not expecting for it to blow up the way, it has, okay? And also I'm picking up abuse of power. Clearly quite hasty in coming out with this conclusion. Yeah, definitely. I've never heard of this. It's a very odd one. I mean, normally the police say we're keeping an open mind, Angela, on this type of case. Notice what he said. Normally the police would keep an open mind. But in this particular case, it's like they're trying to hurry up and rush this case, make it an open and shut case real quick. And when they do that means they're turning a blind eye because they're not looking at all the possibilities. Okay? You can say they're lazy, whatever the case may be. But yeah, according to this gentleman, they're not keeping open mind at all. I think it's a bit foolish coming out that she's gone in the river. Let's look at all the angles here. They'll be looking at cell site analysis with mobile phones. That can take a few days to do. But my big worry is that where it was initially sealed off as a sort of a crime scene, so they could potentially gather more information on this. All right. So let me say this real quick. Not only is it stated that she, shall I say, Nicola was a strong swimmer, and the only way she would be in that water unless somebody, murdered her and would have placed her body in the water, but she still would have, showed up, or her body would have been floating eventually. Okay. Let me say this also. All right, family. We're gonna go ahead and get started reading. I want to first thank you all for your love supporting my channel. Make sure you hit that like coming in. This supports my channel. It also pushes out the algorithm so others will be able to view this video also. Okay. And if you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe as well as hit the notification so you will know when I upload another video. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get started this reading, but I want to share this real quick. When I did my own little private reading, a lot of interesting things that came out. So I'm going to be using another deck for this reading also, okay? But I like to always start off using my shadow deck, the Divine Shadow Oracle deck. But also in my first reading, the message farm had came out, okay? And that was very interesting. I know nothing about the UK, how the land is, but I see it's very vast, open, spacious, like an open field type of, land mass. And that was interesting for the word farm to come out. Now, it doesn't really have to actually mean an actual farm. A lot of times in my reading, there are clues, and the word farm is definitely a clue.
And I noticed when I had Googled the area, I was seeing like two places that had the word farm in that was actually close by. And I noticed also, and one of them was near a church, because I was picking up on something about a landmark, and that church kept popping up too. But come to find out, when her father did an interview, he was saying that she is known because this is a routine of hers. You get it? Hint routine. This was a routine for Nicola. She would park her car in the parking lot near the church, Michael. I think it's called Michael, and she walked through this I can't remember. He said alleyway, but she would walk between these buildings that would open up to a field. Okay, but anyway, um, that was interesting how that message came out. You know, farm, and it was showing like an open field type of land with animals. And then I had saw I think Nicola has a TikTok, I believe. But anyway, she has some kind of social media account to where she's constantly uploading, videos. And this was like before she disappeared. And one of those videos, it was you could see behind, in the distance, in the background, you can see her, while she was with, I think she was her children in her family. But in the background, you can see some animals in the background, and they kind of remind you of llamas, I believe. If I'm wrong, correct me with love, but there were some animals in the background, which kind of remind you of a farm setting. So anyway, at the end of the day, this was very routine for her to do. So you can imagine somebody sitting back watching and observing, and knowing her routine. Okay. So anyway, this reading is pretty much about Paul. So I'm getting ready to get started. Pay attention to repeated messages that comes out when I'm using this right here. When it comes to the other decks I'm going to be using, okay, because there's something to it. I'm not here accusing Paul of anything. He is innocent until proven guilty by law. The word stranger did come out in my reading, but also it was interesting something about question, partner also, and Paul is her partner, whether he's her boyfriend or her husband. He's still her partner. So something interested, kind of suspicious did come out about him also. Something about questioning their motive. So anyway, let's get started with this reading. I'm just seeking additional clarity. Holy Spirit leads me to all truth seeking clarity about Paul, Nicola, partner. What are those shadow aspects about Paul? What are those shadow aspects about Paul? I see those things in daughter bring out to the marvelous light concerning Paul. What's going on with Paul and his relationship with Nicola? What are those shadow aspects going on with Paul? That's my spirit guides to connect with Paul. Spirit guides. What are those shadow aspects that was going on with Paul in his relationship union with Nicola? Mm. Now let me say this real quick. Whatever you see in this reading, I forgot to put it out there. I'm sorry, family. Just protect my channel. Whatever you see in this reading concerning Paul, Nicola, Bully, partner, it is not facts. It is allegedly, and this is for entertainment purpose only. Okay, but I am led by the Spirit into my gifts of the Spirit. Now, that being said, in that first reading that I did on Nicola, and I had used this deck. A lot of times, it reveals those shadow energies that's going on behind the scenes either as well as in her personal life, okay, as far as anyone that should not get close to her. And it was interesting. The word accusations came out, entanglement, and what else came out? Accusations, defensive, and entanglement. Accusation is pretty much about a complicated, difficult relationship that can be quite toxic. And it doesn't have to be your love interest. It can just be anybody that you have a relationship with, okay? Also defensive, someone coming off defensive due to being accused of something, and entanglement. So that was interesting. In the word gossip. Now, with that being said, keep all that as an open mind, okay? While I'm doing this reading, I'm going to try to stay neutral. I'm letting the spirit do the talking. Remember what came out of that first reading, okay? And then come back and look at this one. When I set my attention on Paul, Nicola's partner, this is the first thing that's coming out: lustful. This is someone that has an addiction, and the the addiction can be like a sex addiction. Um, they they're not used to control when it comes to um, to the flesh. Okay, so anyway, I have the word lustful. Now you are in a relationship. Why would this come out? Next, I have condescending. And a lot of times, spirits give us information as far as with the individual, how they are behind the scenes. Okay. Next, I have absent-minded. Now, this can be Paul energy or anyone that he was close to. Okay. This is someone that's not focused. And this did come out in the reading when I did for Nicola. The spirit was saying that she was absent-minded that day that before she went missing. Insecurities, and that's at the head. Burdens, carrying burdens. Rejection. This came out, I think, about 2 or 3 times when I did the reading on Nicola. This is in a secret place, rejection. Drowning. This came out when I had did the reading on Nicola. This can be someone could have actually drowned, or they're drowning in their emotion. They are very upset, feeling overwhelmed. Okay, I've already pre-shuffled. I'm going to continue. And remember, whatever come out in this reading, I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm letting the spirit do the talking, okay? This just let us know about those background energies of Paul, okay? Which is allegedly. Next, I have the word bully. And behind that, I have the word lustful. I have the word withdrawn. And behind it, I have condescending. So it kind of paints the picture a little bit as far as events that were playing out. I have the word guilt, someone carrying guilt. Behind it, I have absent minded. At the head, I have selfishness. Over here, I have aggression. And behind it, I have burdens, someone carrying burdens. Next, I have the word doubtful, someone feeling doubtful. And then behind that, I have the word rejection. Next, I have the word addictions. And we know sex can be an addiction. Also, if a person wants to self-medicate, it can be drugs or alcohol. But addictions is playing the part as well. Wow. It amazes me how a lot of the same cards coming right back out. Next, I have the word drain, someone feeling emotionally drained. And behind that, I have bully. Next, I have antisocial. And behind this card, I have withdrawn. Next, I have helpless, somebody feeling helpless. And behind that, I have guilt. At the head, I have envy. And this came out when I used Nicola, when I did a reading on Nicola. It's coming out at the head, envy. So who was Paul envious of? I have envy. And behind it, I have selfishness. I have the word brainwash. And behind it, I have the message aggression. Over here in the secret place, I have gossip. This came out also in Nicola reading. And behind that, I have the word doubtful. In the center, I have the word secretive. And anytime this come out, the word deception always follows. This came out in Nicola reading as well. I was also picking up on somebody living a double life. That came out in my private reading. If that's the case, it'll come back out. Behind this, I have addictions. Yep, yep, yep. A lot of these messages are coming right back out. It's definitely something to them. Because my readings start to repeat themselves, it's something to it. I have down here the word empty. This is someone who feels hopeless. I have that despair. They feel in a sense of despair. Behind this, I have drain. I have next the word bias. Next, I have brutality. And behind brutality, I have helpless. And we know Paul is not feeling helpless because he's not missing. Remember, I said my intentions, I wanted to know about those shadow energies of Paul as far as how things were in his relationship. At the head, I have confusion. And behind that, I have the word envy. Over here, I have internalizing. This is someone who's taking things in. And behind that, I have brainwash. Over here, I have the word jealousy. This came out, I think, 2 times in Nicola reading. It's coming back out in his reading, and this is in the secret place, jealousy. And at the head is envy. Behind this, I have gossip. In the center, I have the word drunk. Now, this came out in Nicola reading as well. I have the word drunk. It's coming out in his reading. And behind this, I have secretive. Let's see something real quick in the center. I have drowning, someone very emotional, or they could have possibly drowned. I have addictions. I have secretive, and I have drunk. Let's continue. I don't mean any harm, family. It like it's starting to make sense to me. When I had did a reading on Nicola, a lot of information came out. I was trying to pinpoint it if it was her energy or someone else. But anyway, I feel like if you go back and watch the first reading, when these come out, it'll make more sense to you when you're watching this reading, okay? Because he is her partner. Okay, this came out in Nicola reading, and it's coming back out in his reading. I have the word entanglement. This speaks about a complicated, difficult relationship that can be quite toxic. So these two had definitely, some issues in their union. Okay, I'm sure they were smiling, taking these perfect looking images, but behind the scenes, things weren't as they seem. Also, with entanglement, this can speak about, cheating as well. Okay, it could be a third party, unbeknownst to the other. You can say allegedly. Nicola could have been cheating allegedly, or Paul could have been cheating. Because remember, we saw the message accusations and defensive that came out in Nicola reading. But let's continue. Entanglement coming right back out. And behind that, the word empty. That's someone, like I said, that feels hopeless, in despair. Next, we have the word abandonment issues. And this came out in her reading. This is someone, you know, um, that can be quite, controlling, very domineering. Next, we have disagreeable. This came out in her reading. Also, it came right back out. Behind it, I have brutality. At the head, I have the word closed off. This came right back out. It came out in her reading also. Um, but this is at the head. So that would be Paul, allegedly. But this is someone who shuts down and they're not letting you in. They're not letting you in. They're not letting you in as far as how they're thinking or how they're feeling. Or it can also mean they can have you somewhere to where you're isolated. Or it can be both. Next, I have the word defiance. Over here, I have the word disrespectful. This came right back out. Behind it, I have jealousy. Next, I have the word coercion. This came back out. This came out in her reading. And actually, it was the first message. Coercion. This is someone that's trying to use force or threats to get you to do something. Especially if they're trying to move you, they're trying to force you, okay, to move in a certain direction. Behind it, I have entanglement. Next, okay, I think I said it already, didn't I? Let me see something. Closed off. Let's see. Disagreeable, closed off, defiant, disrespectful. Sorry, family, I got off track. I apologize. Okay, I think that was in the center. Disrespectful. All right, let's continue. All right, I think I'm gonna go around one more time. I'm gonna end it and move on. Next, I have the word defensive. Look at that word defensive. Anytime there's accusations, this follows. And behind that, I have entanglement. In the middle, I have anxiety. Next, I have the word destruction. I think about sudden destruction. And behind that, I have disagreeable. Next, I have the word temptation. This came out in her reading also. Someone being tempted. And behind that, I have closed off. Next, I have the word humiliation. So something definitely jumped off here. Why is all of this coming out in his spread? Is Paul known to drink? I have here the word numbness. This is in a secret place. And behind that, I have disrespectful. But a lot of time, a person like this want to self-medicate. They don't want to feel nor deal with their issues. And in the center, I have depression. And behind that, I have the word coercion. I'm going to go around one more time. Okay, this is interesting. Down here, I have the word conflicted. Behind that, I have defensive. Next, I have the word rebellious. Behind this, I have the word anxiety. Next, I have the word explosive. This came back out. And anytime I say it came back, anytime I say the word this came back out, I'm talking about in Nicola reading as well, okay? This can be due to emotions heating up, somebody going from 1 to 10. Also, this can let me know about if someone could have, started a fire, okay? Burning something. Behind it, I have the word destruction. At the head, I have the word drugs. Now, allegedly, someone could have been using drugs or somebody could have been drugged. Behind that, I have the word temptation. Over here, I have the word accusations. Accusing somebody of wrongdoing. Behind that, I have the word humiliation. So if you look at it, obviously, because the fact that we saw the word gossip, obviously somebody got in somebody's ear and somebody heard is hearing rumors about the other. Okay, was Paul did Paul hear rumors about Nicola or did Nicola hear rumors about Paul? But somebody in the a little bird got in somebody's ear because we got here accusations, somebody being accused of wrongdoing, then somebody's feeling humiliation. Over here we have complacency. This is in a secret place. This is someone who's unaware of danger. Now, why would this come out in his spread? And behind that, I have the word numbness. And then I have hostility. And behind this, I have depression. All right, let's remember what came out in this reading, okay? Let's continue. Pay attention to repeated messages. And let me repeat myself. I'm not accusing Paul of anything, okay? He is innocent until proven guilty by the law. As far as I know, the authorities, they're not looking at him anyway. Because they're too gun ho on that she drowned. I'm going to use this real quick. This is called my gang. This is my homemade deck. It's called Gang Insight. I will say this real quick. When I had did a reading on Nicola, a message did pop out saying something about question their partner. I forgot how it was worded, but it was something about questioning their partner. I believe it said their intentions. I mean their I forgot how it was worded, but something about questioning their partner. Okay, true intention, something like that. You got to go back and watch the reading. It might come back out. I don't know, but that was interesting to me. When I did a private reading, I had got something about partnership alliance, and that's pretty much two or more. But I say for the most part, two people coming together for a common goal, forming an alliance. Okay, and that was very interesting because I was picking up on something about a stranger that was watching her and could have, been stalking her. But then also it was looking like as though somebody put that person up to it. So anyway, we have to let things play out, family. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to Paul reading. Divine Spirit concerning the disappearance of Nicola. Can you shed light on Nicola's relationship with Paul? What was going on behind the scenes in this union? Anything Spirit wants to know? Anything Spirit wants to know about these two, their union, and their marriage, and their relationship? So, then the daughter very much a marvelous life concerning Nicola and Paul. I didn't want to come to the front. I'm not getting a strong hit on this, but I know what it's saying. If it come back out, I will acknowledge it. Okay. Monkey see, monkey do. They follow the crowd, very foolish. I'm just going to read them out. Normally, I'm showing you everything up close, but a lot of these, I'm just going to read them out because it takes too long. Because you already saw me shuffle, okay? This is in yellow, so I apologize you can't see it. Hint the color yellow. It can be the word can be a clue or the color, okay? Hint the color yellow, either the word or the color, okay? It has here justice. Now, you can say there will be justice, and we go up and pray that there will be justice, or something about the justice system. Hint the color orange. It can be the color that's a clue or the word that's a clue. Keep all of that in mind. Deadly heated fight. So like these two, had a little fight, a little disagreement. And we saw that when I used the shadow deck. Communicating with their ex-lover. So that can be where the accusations were coming in at, okay? Communicating with their ex-lover. Has a backup phone, has two phones. So it looks like someone has a backup phone. Now, a lot of times people have a backup phone because they are being secretive. Let me just say that. And that word did come out secretive or for business purpose. Let me just say that, okay? So somebody has two phones, their personal phone and their phone for either business or just being secretive. And now that word gossip, I'm gonna show it to you, coming right back out. That word gossip. Gossip found out about a secret, someone's cheating. I told you, cheating. Woman will be found. There is hope. So according to the spirit, Nicola will be found in God, the Most High God, divine timing. Okay. cross path with a stranger. According to the spirit. See that word stranger keep coming up. But my thing is when it comes to the stranger, allegedly if Paul was involved, did he put the stranger up to it? Or is the spirit just letting us know that these two, were not in the best place, you know, which what was going on behind the scenes, but still something had, terrible happened to her. It could be that also, okay? Let's continue. It has here a question, friend. This came right back out. Something about a friend. They could maybe know more than what they're saying. It has here being tracked by a device, watching their every move, stalking them. Man. So we are picking up on the energy of man. Betrayed. They trusted someone they know who turned on them. I ain't gonna show you all the cards. It takes too long. Self-sabotage, negative thinking, actions, doubtful, destruction, destructive behavior. Hint, the color red. It can be the color or the word can be a clue. Okay, the word secretive is coming right back out. Met online, a man being secretive, a dating site. You know something? I just thought about something. When I had did a reading on Nicola, the word in the closet came out. Now that can mean many, many things. It can mean an actual closet, or that's a code secret word for someone is in the closet when it comes to their sexuality. Okay. Now I'm not saying that Paul, you know, is gay or bi, and I'm not saying all of that. But that message did come out. I'm just saying it did come out. So it has here met online a man being secretive a dating site. Falling out of love, letting go. Now all this is coming out in this spread of me looking at these two. Giving into their lust, exploring their sexuality, sexually active. Can't make this up. Now, whoever this individual is, according to the spirit, let me fact check. I'm getting a strong hit on this. Whomever this individual is, this so-called stranger, okay? This is a clue. Parole ex-con. So this person been in the system before. Somebody has. And I'm also picking up on somebody has tattoos also. I think either on their hand, their arm. You got to go back and watch the reading that I did on her. Okay, something about somebody has tattoos. Hmm. I've already pre-shuffled. I'm going to continue. Someone had asked me, do I feel like Nicola is still alive? I would like to believe that, family. I would like to hope and believe that wherever she is, that she's able to hold on until help comes. But I'm just not picking up on her energy like that. I'm not picking up on her energy like that. So it's a good chance something sinister could have really happened to her. Cause I'm not picking up on her energy that strong as far as me to for me to say she's still alive. but we know with God all things are possible. Next, I have here catfish, deception, false image. It just lets me know that somebody is not coming out transparent. They are wearing a mask and they're one way with you and they're another way when they're not around you. So that word deception is in here. Update news coming in within 2 or 3 weeks. Anytime this pop up, you better believe some update news is coming from today. Okay, update news coming in within 2 or 3 weeks. Hole in the soul, childhood wounds, lose their authentic self. You disconnect from feelings. Sorry if you can't see it. I had to go back over this one. Found out about a secret. Information kept hidden from them. Remember that word accusations? Accusing somebody of wrongdoing? Something jumped out between these two. They started a snowball effect, okay? And somebody wanted revenge. Watch their action. They say one thing and do another. Met online a woman being secretive. At first we saw a man, now we've seen a woman. So allegedly that would mean somebody could be bi, okay? They are prejudiced against groups of people, races. Body disposed of transfer. This came out in the reading I did on Nicola. It's coming back out, strangled. Everything's allegedly. And when I did a private reading on her, something about money and something about the word greed came out in her reading also. Um, I was looking at that as though, Nicola was, very ambitious when it comes to her career, doing quite well in her career. But something about greed came out, and also in my private reading, something about stolen money, and it came right back out. Something about stolen money. So that's interesting. But that to come out in this spread. This came out also in her reading. Ran away from home. I'm not sensing that she ran away from home. But I do feel like she had a lot on her mind that day. The word stranger is popping back up again. So it is somebody that's a part of this equation. They have here boyfriend. It has here question inheritance, an amount of money or property passed down. Now, family, I can't make this up. So let's just say, for those that know, okay, if something happened to Nicola, she has what, two children, two girls, I believe. I don't know if he's the father of these children or not. That I don't know. I don't even know how long these two been together. But the point I'm trying to make is, is there would there be property passed down to Paul if something would have happened to Nicola? Just saying, would there be some kind of inheritance passed on to him as well? When they interviewed him, all he was talking about was the girls. His concern for the girls. But notice he would not let you in concerning how he's feeling. He just said he's trying to stay strong for the girls. Question inheritance and amount of money or property passed down. Parents clueless, don't know. This will be Nicola parents. There are some things that are being kept hidden from them. allegedly. I truly feel like she was moved. Let me just say that it happened in one location and she was moved to another. Because I have here close to home and not close to home. This can let us know that something, this can let us know that, you know, due to the situation, something happened close to home and someone could have been moved not close to home. It's pretty much how you look at it, okay? But both of these came out. And also, something like this came out in her reading. It was saying close to home and away from home. And I was definitely picking up on something about traveling as well, some traveling within that area, okay? Some traveling. It has here lost and found. So hopefully Nicola will be found. I just pray she'll be found alive. I have the word stalker. So she was being watched. I have here competition, rivalry, compete for the same objective person. Compete for the same objective person. So that's interesting. I have here female. It says female teen, female child, but the key word is female. Due to karma, their parents' sins, negative action, return from the past. Something like this came out in her reading also. Something about karma. Had a fight with a roommate, lack of harmony. A roommate, just anyone that you live with. According to the spirit, these two had a fight. It has here, they know. The need to have fun partying. Someone stolen from them something of value. And we did see the word stolen money. And a lot of times the spirit will reveal those things that are going on behind the scenes, okay? That many of us know nothing about. But somebody do. I'm getting a strong hit on this, and I'm not accusing anybody of anything. It has here, watch your kids, keep kids away from this person, not around this person. Um, the only thing I can think about is someone exercise in abuse of power. You know, that's all I'm going to say. Abusing their power as an adult. I just say it like that. Wants payback, revenge, get them back. Met a female online. This is the second time this message came out. Communicate secretly with a hidden backup phone. Which is a smart thing to do if you're going to be secretive. Right? If authorities check his phone, it won't be nothing on his phone suspicious. Nor on Nicola phone, if one of them being very, very secretive and they have a backup phone. And let me say this also. When they said when Nicola was on the conference call, the Zoom call, okay, with her job, they didn't see her, nor did they talk to her, but it was showing that she was actively on that call. So that could have been anybody, staging that phone to be on. I mean, it could have been on, but they still could have placed the phone on the bench. That doesn't mean that she was actually on that call. Somebody just could have somebody could have just placed her phone, on the bench so they can track the signal, there. But somebody just happens to find the phone, but they didn't see her, nor did they talk to her. So that's interesting. Cause the video part was cut off. All they probably saw was her name on there as far as being active, listening in. But they couldn't hear what was going on, on her end. I'm gonna start another deck. Betrayal in business deal. Outside. Clues in walking distance, seek and find. Has more than one sexual partner, sexually active. Oh boy. Alcohol complications, addictions, inability to control drinking, lack of self control. New relationship. Question fake friends. The path they are on is not in the area. Male. It says male, teen, or child, but the key word is male. This is how somebody feels satisfaction and contentment. According to the spirit, she will be found. Child will be found. There's hope. It's saying child because in God's, well, the way God sees his children, we are his children. But anyway, I don't have woman will be found, but it says child will be found. So in the Most High God divine timing, hopefully she will be found. Okay. Facing their fears, not running away. So it has here not running away, facing their fears. Took their anger, fit of rage out on them, overreacted. Competition, family rivalry. The need to say what you mean, feeling vulnerable. Also, when I had did her reading the word, something about the word grandparents, questioning grandparents had came out. And that's to me, that's like a clue to me. And what I want to know if any of you know, okay, who are watching that lives, in the UK area, Um, where it is Nicola grandparents still alive, and if so, where do they live? And if Paul grandparents are still alive, where do they live as far as location? Because a lot of times, there can be clues. Something about questioning grandparents. Because what I'm thinking about people, land and property. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay, I'm just curious about that and how far are their properties from where she disappeared. And do any of their grandparents live on a property that's like a farm like area? Is it abandoned? I'm just wondering about that. Are there any properties that's abandoned around there? I'm ready to start another day. I'm just gonna let the information fall. Hold up. That's too soon. Hold on, family. We can clarity about Paul. Clarity about Paul. What does he know about partners? Disappearance. Clarity about Paul. What does he know about his partner disappearance? Clarity about Okay. I was setting my intentions. Anything Spirit wants me to know about Paul, and what does he know about Nicola disappearance? Okay, and whatever you're going to see here is allegedly. When a family member shows up due to envy unexpectedly, bi curious, being secretive with their sexuality, feels lonely, relationships going in circle, rebound. That's interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Okay, I'm going to start on another deck. So as you see, these two are dealing with their own personal issues. Things aren't what they appear to be, allegedly. Okay. All right. I'm getting ready to use this deck right here. It's so thick, I had to make two. See that? I'm going to start off with this one. This is my mystery unlock deck. I'm going to just focus on Paul, okay? Nice basic clarity about Paul. Anything Spirit wants to know concerning Paul that he may know about, anything that he may know about his partner disappearance. Anything Spirit wants to know about Paul concerning his part that he's playing in his partner's disappearance. Does Paul know anything? Anything Spirit wants to know about Paul concerning Nicola's disappearance? Anything the Spirit wants to know about Paul concerning Nicola's disappearance? Mm. is what I want to know. This is what I want to know. What, if anybody knows in the comments, what is Paul's background, career? Does he has a job? And if he has a job, I mean, what is his career background? I'm just curious. Okay. Corruption Alliance Organization. So what is this about? And I'm not accusing him of anything, but what is this? This piece about corruption. This can be allegedly his background, anybody that he could be affiliated with, but it says alliance. So who does Paul know that works in the police force? Someone into black magic and witchcraft does spell work. Something like this came out in her reading as well. It has here trying to walk away from someone who crosses boundaries. Stay back, don't touch me, leave me alone. This speaks about somebody accepting a great offer. It looks like Paul has an interesting past, but I want to be mindful of what I put out here because I'm trying to stick to the subject, okay? It has here I was drugged and sexually assaulted. Something like this came out in Nicola reading as well. Retaliation wants payback revenge. A lot of this to me is a lot of information. To me, it's background information. When I'm seeing those things in the dark, I bring my to the marvelous light. A lot of times, the spirit will reveal, even though it's allegedly, the spirit will reveal a lot of background information of an individual. Cause you really need to know a lot about their past to get an idea of why that person is the way they are. Okay, but the fact that I'm seeing this right here speaks volume. It speaks volume. So I'm gonna put all this back in here. If certain things come back out, I will show it. But I'm just trying to get an idea of why I'm seeing certain things that I'm seeing. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle and let the cards fall out. Divine Spirit, who is Paul? What part that he plays in Nicola disappearance? What does he know? What does Paul know? What part does he plays in Nicola disappearance? What does he know or don't know? What part does Paul plays in Nicola disappearance? What does he know? What part does Paul plays in Nicola disappearance? What does he know? I have here carrying burdens. Remember the word burdens? Carrying burdens, feel responsibilities for something. So he knows something. He's carrying burdens, and he feels responsible for something. Corruption, dishonest, or fraudulent. Something about 3 or 4 males slash mans. Trying to walk away from someone who crosses boundaries. Stay back. Don't touch me. Leave me alone. It looks like Paul may know some people, or he might be tied to some people, because I did see the word alliance. And you'd be surprised who knows who. These people can protect you. Let's continue. Allegedly. Let's continue. Anything else you want us to know about Paul? Concerning disappearance of Nicola. Now this says carjacking or being lured to do something or to go somewhere else. This can be a clue. It may not be a carjacking. It says carjacking or being lured to do something or to go somewhere else. And remember that word coercion. If you overlook the carjacking, read the other part. It says or being lured to do something or go somewhere else. That's coercion. Hmm. Because a lot of times when there's a carjacking, a person has a weapon. They're trying to either force you out of a car or they're pushing you over and jumping in your ride, okay? But they didn't say anything about her car was missing. All they're saying is that she's missing. But it still looked like still somebody had, she had crossed paths with someone. And it looks like it's a good chance, family. Paul is in the know about something. Okay? He's in the know about something. Anything else Spirit wants to know about Paul? Anything that he may know about Nicola's disappearance? Anything else Spirit wants to know about Paul? This is my life and business, keeping this to myself, being secretive, not speaking up. And that's why that word gossip had came out in Nicola spread, because it also came out in his spread too, because people are talking. People are putting the pieces together, the puzzles together, and a lot of stuff is not making sense. But what is making sense to people, yeah. That's why the word gossip came out, because people are talking. Anything else people wants to know about Paul? Mm. Now look, family, I dropped the code. Clothes removed. And we did see the message humiliation. That's the one that's humiliating you. So you can imagine someone is stripping you. Okay. Allegedly. But if that's the case, no wonder that word humiliation popped up. If someone's been forced to remove their clothes. It's like you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you back. And if he didn't do it, I'm just saying, if he did not actually do it, he could have got somebody else to do it. Whether you follow the money trail or somebody could have done it, you know, as far as doing somebody a favor. It has here male, abuse of power. This is someone that's exercising their authority in a negative way, being very destructive, abusing their power. When social media beef and drama escalate, being forced in illegal selling, sex for sale, trafficking. Mother, and Nicola is a mother. Blind to the street life, lack experience, warning, joker around, being groomed, sex for sale. Buried, dad. I don't know if he's the father of her children or not. I don't know if he's the stepfather or the actual father. Friend of another friend, associate. This came out my private reading. Friend of another friend, associate, is in the know or playing a part. Something about boy child. Not really sure what that means. Embezzlement, fraud, stealing, activity, crime. And does Nicola come from a family with money? Because something about money is playing a part also. Relates to a past crime event. Someone was murdered senseless. Stop the threats, harassment, phone, text, communication. Stop stalking me. Outside in nature. I was getting inside, but that's due to as far as she could have been held inside temporary, but moved. Only time would tell. But it says outside in nature. Backing off, I don't care for the drama. Seeking love and attention from all the wrong person. Closed off person, because that word, it came back out. Closed off person who doesn't want to open up about his or her feelings. Gang related, group violent, and toxic. Gang related, groups, violence, and toxic. It's gonna be somebody's background. Something about a missing tooth. Responds to their trauma, lack of emotion, unable to think, feels, or react normally. Fighting back, cannot stand my ground, feels powerless. So obviously, so it looks like she was in some kind of altercation with somebody that she had crossed paths with, and she felt powerless. Hostility with someone, fight, conflict. When your plans don't turn out the way you hope, ghosting. Isn't that interesting? The word ghosting. I think this came out in her reading as well. When plans when your plans don't turn out the way you hope, ghosting. Now all of this is coming out in his spread. Danger. He's not in danger. She's the one that's missing. Too many egos full of their own importance think. Now, the spirit talking about authority, and authority can be a parent, but this is what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to the police force, okay? Too many egos full of their own importance think they are better than the other. No one voice matters but theirs. Not listening, slow progress. So, according to the spirit, there's slow progress in this case. This battle is not mine. In the crossfire of other beef and drama, caught in the middle. Mistaken identity, wrong target, in the crossfire. Baby rejected, unwanted. Now, Nicola, I think they said she was 45 years old. So I don't know anything about if she was expecting, but if she wasn't, somebody was. Let me just say that. It has here baby rejected, unwanted. Now, if it's on his end, he could have gotten somebody pregnant and denying the child, allegedly. Being moved to a new location. Anything else you want to know about Paul concerning the disappearance of Nicola? Anything else the spirit wants to know about Paul? I don't know this location, lost. So if she was moved to I got tongue twisted. I apologize. If she was moved to another location, she's saying I don't know this location, lost. Update news within 7 days or less. Now something about medical, somebody with a medical background keep popping up. This says corruption medical examiner. Now this will only be the case if they find her and someone that is within this field can be protecting somebody. But that's interesting for this to pop up in his reading. Corruption medical examiner question. This would be the case if they find her family. That they find her and they say that she died. Well, allegedly, we're gonna hope for the best. But if they find her and they say that she had passed, if the medical examiner say one thing, the spirit is saying question the medical examiner. They're saying corruption. So I don't know. This thing is pretty deep, family. Who all is Paul tied to? What is his background? That is the question. Now, only those that are close to this family would know this. It says home invasion, past or present. So, were there some kind of home invasion in the past at their, at their home? Home invasion, past or present? Situation, breakup. When you tell them it's over, they don't hear you. Get mad, set out to get you back, hurt feelings, wants revenge. Now, this speaks about a breakup. So, were these two, heading for a breakup? Why is this coming out in his spread? It's allegedly, but the spirit be talking. I'm telling you that right now. I see there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we know nothing about. Ex-lover wants payback. Plan attack. Lure them into a bloody trap. And then we saw the card message said something about karma. When your past sins come back on you. So it's pretty much what was going on with Paul or what was going on with Nicola that they were doing for it to backfire on them in the present. Because somebody definitely wanted revenge. And Nicola, she can't speak for herself. She's missing. Okay, we're starting another deck. I'm going to end this reading. Those in power, abuse of power, dishonesty. I told you, family. I don't mean no harm. I'm not saying the whole police force, but it might be somebody that he might know that could be protecting, him for whatever reason. It has here those in power, abuse of power, dishonesty. Something about gangs or group. This came out in her reading when I did it, but I turned it over. Um, Lord knows I hope this is not the case, okay? And it's coming out in his spread. Or less this is a past energy, okay? The spirit is revealing something about him in the past. Was Paul in a gang in the past? I'm just saying. But yeah, that's interesting. This is allegedly family, okay? This might have something to do with something else. I'm not sure. I don't know why that came out. Secrets, female. I want out. I want to go home. And the word I want out came out in the Nicola reading as well. Distract them, put the blame on someone else. Distract them and put the blame on someone else. So yeah, Paul has secrets also. The need to get away alone and think, mental overload, conflicted, confused. More than anything, I feel like this is Nicola energy. And she wanted to step out and go for her little walks. Mm, this is interesting. All right, real quick, I'm going to use the other deck and I'm going to end this reading. This is the other half. Anything Spirit wants to know about Paul concerning the disappearance of his partner, Nicola? It has here their family member. Something about their family member. If Paul is married to Nicola, he would be her family member. But something about their family member. Self sabotage, negative thinking, depression, feelings and thoughts of despair, feels empty. Look at that word, empty. And also that word family, their family member, could Nicola be somewhere on one of Paul's family members' property? Just saying. Is one of his family members' property abandoned? Allegedly. What else do you want us to know about disappearance of Paul with Nicola? Anything else the Spirit wants to know about disappearance of Nicola? What does Paul know? What does Paul know? What can the Spirit tell us about Paul? Okay. I thank you all for being faithful. If you be with me this far, you're definitely faithful. Thank you so much. Oh, whatever come out here, family, remember, it is not facts, it is alleged, okay? But there is some truth in my reading. Please know that. I was looking at Paul, the eyes of the ones to our soul, and all of this was coming out in his spread. Revealing you found out about their secret and confronted them. Something about stolen jewelry. Frozen in fear. I do not know how to escape. Trapped. He's not missing, but she is. Situation, self sabotage. Oh, I read it already. Those are two I read already. Okay, let's continue. Guardian parent, bio parent, unfit, not responsible. This is how somebody's feeling. They are in despair, full of grief. Street thug, stranger, up to no good. Now, this so called stranger, what I want to know is was this person paid or told to do something? Okay? Street thug, stranger, up to no good. Near, around, historical site. See how that came back out? Now, when I typed in historical site in that area, okay, what popped up was that church. That church, what is it called? Michael's. That's what it popped up. It says near, around historical site in that area. This is very significant, but it's coming out in his spread. False self image. So there's more to Paul. Situation: living reckless, feels empty inside, has thoughts of suicide, on the path of destruction. Caution ahead, alert. So he's definitely on the edge on the inside. Something about your home, planning a vacation. So it looked like he wants to get away. Let us help you decide where to go. Now, who is us? Who is us? Let us help you and decide where to go. Conflict, broken nails, and scratches. Fight. Motive for money. That's why I wanted to know, was Nicola the breadwinner? Had a decision to make, just a matter of time. Close by, hidden, check neighborhood area, person, body, or evidence. From setback to comeback. So if he was experiencing some type of setback, just saying, if she is deceased, he will see that as a come up. Okay? From setback to comeback. Living a double life, my secret, my business. Situation: left by choice, runaway. But I do not sense that she ran away. Now, maybe she was thinking about running from him. Okay, maybe she was thinking about running from him, especially they were having, relations issues. Not a priority to authority. Now, this is not my words. The spirit is saying this case is not a big priority to authorities for whatever reason. As you see, they're trying to open and close this case real quick. They're trying to say she drowned. They're not looking at any other options. They're not looking at any other possibilities. I need to leave now. This environment is too dangerous and toxic a risk. The environment is the home. The environment is the home. And if she was thinking about running away, I believe it's pretty much leaving him. Okay, allegedly. I need to leave now. This environment is too dangerous and toxic a risk. Your home. Moving away from the area, on the go. And you have to realize if somebody else is involved, I call it the cleanup person. Just saying. And something about work. Something about work. All right, this is my last spread. I'm going across and I'm going to end this reading. And where does Paul work? Just saying. Where does he work? Because I was getting something about dumpster also. Okay, this is it, family. This is it. Something about trash. Clue the word trash. And I also got something about a SUV in Nicola reading. This says question truck driver. It has here karma, payback. Somebody sees this as her karma. They wanted to get her back. Nicola back. Attacked, dropped off, abandoned. No friend of mine, someone I've seen and have crossed paths with and had conversations with. Relationships ends, turn violent, deadly fight. Weakened family foundation due to betrayal, envy, and dishonored. Change of location, on the go travel. Somebody getting missing. Targeted by a racist, vicious attack. The key word is targeted. Question co-worker associate. Now, which co-workers is Paul working? Where does he work? And which co-worker? Or could this be Nicola co-worker? It says question co-worker. But this reading is about him. So where does he work? It says question co-worker associate. Was somebody involved with this co-worker? As you see, there are others that are in the know, okay? For whatever reason. Feel sadness thinking of fallout, fight with a friend or their significant other. That word condescending, condescending, acting as if you know everything, not open to new ideas. Caution, danger, and trouble ahead, wrong path. Goes west. Keeping this secret from my family and others, my business, my choice, how I make my money. Lost and found, body slash remain recovery, allegedly. Situation, caught off guard, blindsided, not paying attention, alone. Question two females. They may know more than what they're saying. Could be co-workers. More ways to raise cash. Hmm. This speaks about someone looking at ways of earning income, making money. Slow progress, meaning there's slow progress in this case. This just says secret event. Secret, they are married. I got caught up in the drama. Mm. And as you see, I'm using a different deck. That's why a lot of the messages that came out in her reading, they didn't come out in this spread, okay? I'm using a different deck. But anyway, I'm through this reading, family. Um, Once again, I'm not accusing Paul of anything. Let me just say that. None of this is my opinion, okay? But a lot came out in this reading that was very similar to the reading I did with Nicola. So I let me to be the judge, okay? We have to let things play out. Let me just say that. But a lot of sinister things did come out in this reading, I must say. And it looked like Paul know more than what he's saying. I'm not saying he actually did the do, but it looked like he knows more than what he's saying. That's all I'm saying. So maybe that's why we're seeing this, the smirk when he's talking. He could be very, very nervous. Let me just say that. But I wanted to fact check with the spirit, and it looked like he knows more than what he's saying. Okay, let me see what's gonna fall out. I'm looking at Paul. I'm looking at his eyes. Now, this what came out when I was looking at his eyes, okay? Trying to blame someone else due to their toxic, shady past. So the spirit is saying he has a toxic, shady past, but here he is trying to accuse somebody else of what they're doing. Trying to blame someone else due to their toxic, shady past. Naked, their clothes are removed. Now, why is this coming out in his spread? Is this some of his past energy? Something that he took part in? Clue, the word taken off, drawers, underwears, or panties. Now that's crazy. That sound kind of SA to me. That sound kind of SA to me. That's all I'm saying. I mean, why is something like that coming out in his spread? Anything else Spirit wants to know about Paul? Okay, this is definitely it. This is definitely it. It has here coming up update news. Trapped in a loveless marriage. And lastly, I will take from you as you have taken from me. This is my reading on Paul, Nicola, partner, boyfriend, partner, husband, whatever the case may be. Whatever came out in this reading concerning Paul, it's not facts, it is allegedly. We have to let things play out, family. But the spirit was definitely revealing a lot of those things that are hidden, a lot of his past energy that was resurfacing, and so I let me he be the judge, okay. But I do sense that he know more than what he's saying. That's all I'm saying, okay. Whether he actually did the do, or he could have paid somebody to do it, or could have got somebody to do a favor for him. But I feel like he knows more than what he's saying. That's all I'm saying. And it looks like he got some pull. I mean, do he know anybody in the law enforcement that could be protecting him? It looks like he got some pull now. So, who all is he affiliated with? That is the question. Peace and love to you all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like button, subscribe, and bye for now. And let's pray that Nicola will be found no matter what. And much love to her family.